Hi guys, as you can see, Das Volkswagen is back in the garage. We're gonna try to get it ready to actually get out to the car show this year. The first thing I gotta do is clean the carburetor, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. Clean it, rebuild it, because it's been a while. It was a new carburetor when I bought it back in like '06, but it could use a rebuild now. Really didn't have to do much to get this going the other day. All I had to do was we had to put fresh gas in it and get a new battery for it and fire it right up. And if I think of it, I'll actually put the video that I took video with my phone. I'll have to put the video up of the first start. If I manage to get video editing software, that is. Because I got a new computer and I don't have any video editing software yet on it. So if you're seeing this video, obviously I got the video editing software. So anyway, let's get this carburetor off and we'll try to see what's what on it. Okay, so we got the carburetor off. Just kind of looking it over here. It looks pretty clean, and the choke plate does anyway. So I already drained the gas out. There's a drain right here. So all I'm going to do is just kind of take it apart a little bit, change the gaskets out, change that one. This one up here, I think this is the accelerator pump right here. And just kind of give it a cleaning and a once over. I don't think it needs too much. And get it back together. It's pretty simple carburetor. It's like a big lawnmower carburetor almost. Solex, made in Mexico. No, it's made in Brazil. A lot of Volkswagen parts were made in Brazil. I'd like to get a German one, but well, whatever. This one works good. Hey guys, as you can see, the garage is a mess again. I actually went over to Home Depot the other day and picked up this wood here. I got all this wood here, plus that plywood there, for less than 20 bucks, because all this here was in the bargain bin. I know Old 64 Goat there was talking about a bargain bin at Home Depot one time. Well, apparently we have one, so we got a whole bunch of good wood for really cheap. What I'm working on is shelves for right here. I want to put one here. See, I already finished this one, so I just want to put another one that's going to be level with this, and then one down here that's level with the bench, so I can have enough room for the oscilloscope and everything, and I can have a nice, I'm going to have it come out like right about to there, just so I can have a nice kind of wrap around, be able to work on stuff and have a little bit more room, because it's with the oscilloscope on the bench, it's not enough room out here to work on stuff, so that's why I want to put that over there. So I moved the safe over here, and that's where that's going to stay, I think. There's a bunch of junk all over here, and the shelves that were there, I'm in the process of moving them out here. So everything that was in there is now going out here. So I'm just about to cut the piece for the bottom part here. I'm just kind of making this up as I go along. I don't have anything really planned out. I'm just taking measurements, from here, just like I did up here. I took measurements and kind of did it this way. Then when I have this shelf in, I'm going to see if I can brace this up here, and then kind of figure it out as I go along. So that's how I always build things. I don't ever plan things out because I'm no good at that. And I got enough wood to mess around with, so if I screw something up, at least I can have enough wood to try again. It's just trial and error. Whenever I build something, that's how I do it. Just trial and error till I get it right. Like this here, I did a really good job on that. I was proud about that. So anyway, I'm gonna start cutting that piece of wood out here. I'm just measuring it out right now, and I figured I would start making a video of it, so we'll see how it goes. See, this is a good example why I usually get somebody else to do this for me, because I screw up constantly. Look at all these cross-offs here. I screwed that line up, Screwed that line up, that line's wrong, that line was slightly off, so I had to put X's here on the wrong line because I end up measuring and then I measure from the wrong point, and then things get screwed up. So anyway, I think I got it right now. I just have to remember to cut on the right lines, and that should fit in there. Okay, well, the top is off. There's the inlet there, the fuel inlet. Now let's take this off. Just trying to put everything neatly so I don't lose anything. Get this out of here. There. Oh, yep, there's some dirt down in there. So it wasn't a complete waste taking this all apart. Put that over there. Yep, there's a lot of dirt in there. So I'll have to spray that out. I gotta see what the kit comes with. Pretty sure it comes with everything I'm gonna need. Like, I think that's just a jet you can take out. Swap that out. Yep, I think I see it in there. And find this gasket, and then I'm gonna take this off, clean that out in there, and this too. This is the electric choke, automatic choke right here. This part. Okay, we got this part replaced here. That is the old one that came out. And it goes, this spring goes behind it, and then this cover goes back on. I'm not exactly sure what this is for, but it's some kind of vacuum diaphragm. So we're just going to get that back together. And here's the electric choke. That's what opens the choke plate. And you got this plastic thing that goes in there. So, yeah, that wasn't too bad, but I figured I'd replace it. Alright, well, thanks to my fabulous circular saw cutting skills, I was able to cut mostly on the line. As you can see, it kind of curved there. But I cannot make a straight cut with a circular saw. It just doesn't happen. But this ought to work, because I was able to stay on the lines. I don't know if I can flip this over and you can see. Here, I got pretty much on the line there and there. So that's the side that really matters. So, let's see how this will fit in there now. Let's see how that fits in there. Oh, good. That fits in there perfect. So now all I gotta do is cut some pieces of wood to go on that to make it like a box, and then build some legs on it, and should be all set. Okay, well, it's a couple days later. I got the carburetor back on. I found out though that there's a leak here between the carburetor base and the intake plate. So I gotta take it back off and try to figure out how to do that. Usually, sometimes this thing will warp a little bit, and you have to like either file it or bang it down a little bit to get it straight. So I'm gonna take it back off and check it with a straight edge. It does run good, but it doesn't like to idle. There are some idle jets right in there, and I thought I cleaned them out pretty good, but they might still need some cleaning. But I did adjust the idle speed, and also checked the timing. That was right on, so that's good. Okay, just checking this with a straight edge here. It looks pretty flat. There was a little old gasket material that I never scraped off years ago, so I took that off. So I'm just going to try putting it back on and tightening it down a little bit better, because its back nut is really hard to get to, and see how that goes. Okay, so we got this measured. All I gotta do is measure from here to here, cut a board for there and measure from here to there and so on. And I can't make angle cuts, so it's just gonna have to be, you know, kind of crappy, but that's best I can do. This isn't a space shuttle, it's just a workbench, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, it's built and in place. The added bonus is, well, I'm gonna put another piece of plywood there and I'll have some added shelf space. It did have a little bit of a wobble to it, it's freestanding, but once it's wedged in here, it's just pretty much perfect. Yeah, not perfect, but I mean, there is a gap there, but who cares? At least I have a nice surface here. And I'll just have to put in this shelf here, and then I'll call it a day. Alright, it's running. Back in and running. Smoking a little bit. I wonder if I put too much oil in the air cleaner. But usually it would run like this for a while at fast idle, and then it would slow down and stall. Because the choke's going to be opening up by itself in a little while. So I'm going to let it run and warm up a little bit and just see how it goes. This is what I like about these old Volkswagens. The heat on these sinks, it's almost like instant. You feel warm air come out of there. What it does is it blows air through here and down through these heat exchangers and up into the car. So the heat exchangers are actually part of the exhaust, but they're isolated so you don't get exhaust in the car. And of course, if you have a leak in the heat exchanger, then you get a exhaust in there. I just thought that's cool because on a liquid cooled car you have to wait 10 minutes for it to warm up. Alright, well, things are coming together. I got the shelves in. I still got to brace this one up. Just going to do like that. I actually made angle cuts. Aren't you guys proud of me? I just set my circular saw to 45 degrees, and I thought it might be a little overkill for these little things, but it turned out to work good, so I'm going to do that with this one too. And then just kind of brace it under there, and then it will come back and you guys will see the finished product. Alright, there we go. It's all set up. Still probably going to move some stuff around. You really need to clean all the junk off these shelves. There's stuff that really doesn't need to be up there. But yeah, it's a lot better now. I have a lot more space to work with, because that was getting in the way on my bench over here. And now I got all that space. So this is really nice.